Welcome back to the Titanium Hanger. This is Mike coming at you with the JoyToy Mighty Rocksteady and Super Bebop. These are the metal Rocksteady Bebops, and they look pretty good. I got them from Shozy Store. Most of these usually come from Gundam It, so I might be going back and forth on saying where they came from, but these came from Shozy Store. It was the same thing. TH Support the Reviewer at both those places. But we're going to take a look at these. I did have a packaging issue with one of them, but it's not a big deal because I opened it. But we'll get into talking about this, taking a look at these guys, and doing some comparisons, having a whole lot of fun coming up. Here they are in the package, and that's how they look. We'll look at the front again here in a second. There's the side and the back. Just historically referencing this, but there's Mighty Rocksteady, and all of his accessories and stuff. And then we got Super Bebop, which is upside down, which is weird. This is JoyToy's shrink wrap on it, and it's upside down. So very interesting, strange, and it looks like two things might be missing from those slots. I don't know. Now I got to get these open. All right, we're gonna start with Super Bebop here, and yeah, Super Bebop. And I was concerned that these pieces might be missing, and he was packed upside down, but they were floating loose in there, so that's fine with me. If they're there, it's not a big deal. If you were a Mutant package collector, this would not have been good. Of course, we have the standard stand that connects with other ones. We got the individual stand right there. We got hands. Now I swapped out, I think it was mostly just fists that were on them, 2 fists, but we've got a partially opened gripping hand for this communicator piece, and we have a holding a weapon hand for the gun. Guns. Then we've got this other one here that actually has a trigger finger. There's no trigger on that. Or is there? So should I put the trigger one in there? Yes. There is the trigger one. Pop that on. And then that made this... it's not a good grip for the communicator holder hand. So just saying. And what else we get? So we've got... You can make him a lefty. He can hold it with his left hand. You got just standard gripping, standard punching, and another, he can hold the communicator hand. All right, so let's get a look at this guy. I guess we'll take the communicator off. Again, he has the opening jaw. He's got the cool glasses. He's got the metal faux mohawk. And I guess we can do articulation in a bit. We won't do that just yet. This is a separate piece, but it's really firm. I believe it's a glued on separate piece for the vest. It's my belief on there. And then he's got kind of a belt waist piece. It's kind of cool. Tampographing. Look at that picture. It's a picture of him. Is it a picture of him before he went to become this robot, or is it a picture of the real one? I don't even know the story on how we have a robot version of him. And he's got these giant... I don't think these are removable or intended to be. Got a turtle shell painted on there. And then we got this side. Now this is going to be something different where it's got weapons on it, so we can get into that. And let's see. Now I thought this would plug into here, but for some reason it does not. So I don't know if I'm doing something wrong. Usually it's like there's a blast effect that plugs in, and this plugs into the blast effect, and the blast effect plugs into there. That's how I thought it was going to go. I don't have blast effect, so don't know about that piece of this. Found out where the missile goes. It shoots out of his mouth. So that little white part is the blast effect that plugs into his mouth. Well, I didn't know that. I stumbled across a hole in his mouth doing articulation. Wow, that's cool. Hey, we learn as we go. We live and we learn. That's how it is. But I do know where this goes. Now we've got this. It's just kind of an interesting thing here. He's got this giant knife kind of deal, and then you can pop it off, and it sounds like I'm breaking it every time I pop it off. And then you can put the chainsaw on if you would prefer to have a chainsaw on his arm. So is that, you know, something you'd want to do? Probably pose something like this. You want to see a chainsaw on his arm? Is that where you're at? I like the dagger better. What's it going to sound like when it pops off? Not as bad as the dagger, the knife, the whatever, serrated knife. And you can only put it on one way. And it only goes on one side. I don't think these can clip to the other side. Nope. It's only a gimmick for his right arm. And let's get this gun back in his hand. And then what happened to his communicator? It's way back here. But let's go ahead and get into some articulation. We get to look at him a little bit more as we do that. And cool features, cool functions, kind of fun guy. Take 2 on articulation. I had to stop talking about the missile. All right, his head is on a double dog bone, so you can get side to side real good, up and down, pretty good. Opens the mouth where you see the hole for the missile. You go almost to the 90. His shoulder pad gets in the way, 360. Bicep swivel, just fine. Single jointed elbow. We've got, again, a double dog bone type of connection for the hand, and it'll do in and out and splay. Well, fingers don't splay. No. Got some torso articulation, and you've got waist articulation, all ball jointed and limited because of the size and sculpt of this dude. He is kind of big and round. Okay, 90 to the side, 90, almost 90 to the front. You can get 90 to the back, kind of curved. Double jointed knee, but he does get in the way of himself because of his design. And his feet, he's got ball joint front and back, side to side, and a toe. So when he's running, he can have that good toe articulation. I don't think he runs that much. All right, now we're going to get into the mighty Rocksteady. Now, they share tooling, as in pretty much looks like the exact same hands, so we don't have to go back through that. Same stands, don't have to go back through that. And same missile that plugs into the mouth. So we don't got to go back through that. Now, new stuff, he's got this big gun, and it looks pretty good. So it's kind of what you'd expect with the character and all that fun stuff. Big guns. And then on this, so he has kind of a reverse. So this was on the other arm, on the other one here, on the Bebop. So you can see. And then on this side, he's got a whole different mounted, like, laser missile launcher, something like that. And then in this hand, he's got this remote control detonator for this bomb. Tick, tick, tick. Really cool, kind of fun. And then kind of reminds me of, in a way, similar in a way to the bomb that came with the vintage playset. I mean, it's not the same, but it's the same idea. That's supposed to be a bomb. This is supposed to be a bomb. And some just cool technical stuff that they put into them. You've got some shoulder pads. You've got exhaust on the back. I'm going to put that back in the package so it doesn't get lost. Don't want to lose that missile. Rhino. I don't really know. Are these just made to be robots? I don't remember the episode. And there's actually danger. A lot too bright to see it, but it says danger. Tamper-graphed on there. There's got a lot of tamper-graphing on these figures. Lots of tamper-graphing. And then this is, so maybe it's just a picture of the real one, and these are just fake robots to go around in their place. Not sure. But yeah, pretty cool stuff. I've already done same articulation on both of these. There's quite a bit of reuse on both of these. But the main figures themselves, I mean, they're not reusing everything. I mean, torsos are different between the two of them. The stomachs are different. The waist pieces are different. But there's similarities too, of course, with the hands and, you know, all the parts they could reuse. The feet are different. So, I mean, maybe the legs are the same. They might have used the same exact legs. So, using as much as they can and still putting some different touches on each one to make different characters, but still pretty cool, pretty fun. And well, I guess all that works. Not much more to say about this guy since we've already done articulation. So the most important thing here now that we could look at when it comes to these figures, the most important thing is going to be the comparisons. All right, now we're going to get into some comparisons so we can tighten this up just a little bit and see vintage, original Bebop and Rocksteady. I don't have the original accessories on them. I got a bag with accessories. I don't know what I did with, but I know I have theirs in it because they're very, very common accessories. But still, that's size comparison. Then versus their original JoyToy versions. Now, here's the thing about this. These are metal robots, so they're bigger. Significantly bigger than the original ones. And, you know, like I've been saying, I have no idea how much longer JoyToy is going to be making TMNT. And it seems like they're putting a lot of effort into these later releases because they're very impressive, very big, and you get a lot more bang for your buck versus some of the earlier ones. But there's a size comparison. Significantly different, and yeah, that's pretty cool. They're like no shared tooling from the first figures, but they still open their mouths. Let's see, does his mouth open? Yeah, we had a missile in there earlier. Here it is up against a JoyToy turtle. Does not look like a fair fight, but Leonardo's my guy, and Leonardo is going to take care of this Super Bebop. Yeah, Leo's got it. And let's get a comparison here. This is NECA. This is the old JoyToy Leo we were just looking at. And size and scale. I know that Rocksteady Bebop is supposed to be significantly larger than the Turtles, but this just feels like I would put it on a NECA shelf just for space conservation, but that's just me. Anyhow, there's comparison. Alright, so this is my look at the Rocksteady and Bebop. It's Super Bebop and Mighty Rocksteady, and they are big giant robots in the 1/18th scale, and yeah, they pack a lot more than a 3.75 inch punch. They look really good. I think they've done a great job with these figures, giving us quite a bit of accessories and fun stuff, display options, play options, reuse of some parts here and there, which you kind of have to do, and you almost wouldn't know unless you just take time like I did to try to figure out what did they reuse. And so much new tooling. But I did get these. Basically shows the store. Remember, TH, support the reviewer, help the channel out, and let me know what you guys think about these. Like and subscribe. Hanger out.